Hi, I'm Jeff from Trappers for 100 Years, and I want to talk to you a little bit about cable restraints. The weather right now, it's actually first week of January. Yesterday we had 18 below zero in the morning, and today it's 30 degrees and it's raining and freezing. So traps are pretty much rendered not usable at this point. I mean, you can play with them every day and try to straighten them out and get them to operate, but actually you're better off going to the cables. Cable restraints work all the time, doesn't matter weather conditions, they will work. Even freezing rain, if they hit them right, it'll just knock the ice off the cable and they will close. I get my cables from Rally Hess, Rally Snares. They all come loaded. Loaded, you can see that's when you give you a nice circle like this, they're definitely loaded. When you push on them, it doesn't take much and they close immediately. Now he makes his with a nylon, it's actually like a piece of tubing here. The tubing actually holds the cable in place. These 9-gauge wires is what I use for support wire. You shove these inside the cable. Gives you your loop. I just kind of wrap them around like this and push them in the ground. It holds it right over your trail. They tell you to keep it 6 inches off the ground with a 6-inch loop. That's great for gray fox, red fox. I like an 8-inch loop. You'll find you'll get less refusals. What I mean by refusal, you'll be able to see in the snow where red fox, a lot of times they'll walk within inches of this, stop, look at it, turn around. It's kind of disgusting when you see that happen, but you learn a lot that way. You learn more from the animal than you'll ever learn from anyone that can tell you anything. You just got to pay attention. Try not to knock a lot of brush down, a lot of twigs, move things around when you're setting these. Walk next to the trail you're going to set on and then kind of go in perpendicular to it and set the snare into place. Don't walk down the trail you're going to set on. It's kind of like if you go into your living room and find out someone moved all your furniture around and you open the door and you look and go, oh, what happened here? That's exactly what that fox does when he looks at that cable and finds limbs out of place or brush moved, or you got to try to disturb as little as possible. But you know, you'll find that out as you go along. If you're going along the edge of a field and you see a trail where a fox came out into the edge of that field and you want to set that trail, don't set your cable right at the point where that trail hits the field. 2 reasons. Number one, if the fox is in the field and wants to go down the trail, he's going to stare at that trail for a minute. If you got something in front of his opening, he may decide to go down a different trail. Get it back in there 8 or 10 feet. Make him commit to going down that trail. Don't give him the choice. Also, if he's in the woods going out to the field, just like anything else, he's not going to just bust out into that field. He's going to slow down before he hits that field. You don't want him slowing down. You want him at a normal pace a fox trots at. You just want him going at his normal clip, and he hits that snare, it'll close, and he can't do anything about it. One other thing, our fisher season's over. I didn't get one. We had some boxes out for the season, but a lot of the area that we were going in, Sunoco's putting a pipeline in, and they had a lot of my area shut off. But a friend of mine had, and his son, they had 10 boxes out for the season, and they each caught a fisher. So if you guys didn't catch that video on making that box, they definitely do work. Go ahead and check that video out. Like I said, it's a good box. They definitely work. You just got to get where there's fisher. He lives more in the central part of Pennsylvania, central north area, and they have a few more fishers than we do. We're down here in 2D, and we do have some fisher, but not the amount that they have up there. So we are still going to run a few traps for this time. We're going to try to keep some things working here. We're going to mostly go to the cable restraints now. Actually, to be honest with you, if I could set cable restraints from the beginning of the season, as far as fox goes, I'd much rather set the cables than foothold traps. But everybody has their own preference. But we will have both operational as long as we can stand the weather. So check out the catches. We have some catches on coming up for you, so check them out. Okay, here it is, first week of January. There's a little coyote. That set's been froze for a while. We fixed it, got some dry dirt back in it, and there he is. Just a matter of time. You just got to wait him out. And again, this is just another gas wall road location, well road, and a food plot. Okay, that's the remake from yesterday. Now we had a coyote there yesterday. This morning we got a red fox. Okay, get him out of here. You can see a little trail coming out this power line where it dumps into a cornfield. Nice and tight right there. I'm going to try to zoom in. It's pretty hard to see this. A little trouble. Usually we like to get back in a little further, but I can't show it to you back further, so we're going to set it right out here on the edge. There's your trail running back through. That snare going to be set in dead center. Okay. There's the snares right in the center of the picture. I don't know if you guys cable restraint. Anyway, I don't know if you guys, I guess you could see it. Dead center. Bill, jiggle that snare a little bit just so, okay, now you see it? Okay, alright. Red dead center. That's what you need. Okay. Alright, there's a red fox in a cable restraint. He's moving around there. See if he pops back out.
Oh, he moved up.
Hardly see him. No. There he comes. There. Okay, we're going to get him out of here and check the rest of these. Okay, there's a red fox in a cable. That's been there for 3 days, but eventually he come back through there. Alright, get him out of here. Okay, you got Bill checking the cable down there. He just shot. I don't know what's down there, but you can't get close enough. But he's going to come out of there with something. Let's see what he got. Looks like he got a big coon. Yes, he does. Alright. I gotta show you this trail here coming down through the wood field here. You can probably see it pretty clear from here. Okay, it just kind of meanders up through there. We're going to get a cable restraint right up there. Now you want to be dead center on that trail. Like he is. Okay. Alright, here comes Bill back with another red. Okay, I just can't get the ranger in there to get a picture where he's at, but there he is. Alright, got some final thoughts about cable restraints. We finally got some cable restraints out. We set 3 properties. About 20 cable restraints on each property. And I'll tell you the system that I use that works best, I think. When you set up, if you need, well, if you can get about 10 or 12 properties, which isn't always easy, set the first 3 properties up. The first one you set, only let it go 7 to 10 days. You should be able to catch a high number of the fox in that area in a 7 to 10 day period. Then the one you started with first, you move to your next property. So you're always on new ground once a week. That keeps your catch pretty stable and makes it easier for you to handle your fur, because you're either not getting it all at once or you hit an area where you're dead, where you're not doing anything. It just keeps your numbers up. But that's what worked for me whenever I used to be able to walk and do it. So stay out of climbing tree stands. You won't end up like me. That's another story. But anyway, actually, to be honest with you, if I could walk tomorrow, I'd go right back in a tree stand. I hate hunting deer on the ground. But anyway, move up in 7 to 10 days. You will catch most of your fox in that area. Now, in a 6-day check, we were on 3 properties. We picked up 5 red fox and 15 coon. Now, that's not bad for the area because we have some coyotes in that area, but not a lot. We're in that transition kind of part of Pennsylvania. We have coyotes, but they only come through about every 10 to 14 days. So they come through enough that they keep your fox gone or they kill them, but they're not there. So you hit this period where if the coyotes aren't there, there aren't any predators there basically. So your fox are gone and the coyotes haven't come back. Now in the next, we're getting more. So in the next couple of years, we will get a higher number of coyotes, then we'll go to snare coyotes. But anyway, just something to keep in mind. And thanks for watching the videos. I might do another one here before the end of the year. And subscribe if you